High risk, high reward. That's what they say. I don't know about you, but that kind of discouraged me for a long time from investing in the stock market. I guess I focused on the word risk, and as a person who tends to be risk averse naturally, I guess I just kind of figured that wasn't for me. I shouldn't try investing in the stock market. Well, this year I've started to take stocks a little more seriously, and here's what I learned. And disclaimer, I'm a smooth-brained ape who doesn't know anything. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. But hopefully you can learn something if you're not too familiar with this topic. So, here is what are meme stocks for beginners. Okay, first, let's review stocks. Just stick with the basics for a second here. To buy stocks is essentially investing money in publicly traded businesses that you think will do well. Or at least that's the idea. When they make more money, your investment then grows. But the stock market is volatile, so that's why it can be risky. Stock prices go up and down all the time, occasionally by a lot. It happens. They say buy low and sell high. And yeah, that makes sense. Otherwise you would lose money, right? But you don't always know what's low and what's high compared to what the stock market might look like tomorrow. Now, there are smart people who spend their livelihood studying the market, and they generally know how to make good investments. I don't know why I use the word generally. I mean, pretty sure they're good at it. At any given time, there will be certain companies that do well and will likely keep doing well for the foreseeable future. I did talk to a financial advisor myself, and he showed me a graph of the market. It was very interesting. The Dow Jones, for example, is a collection of prominent companies that you can invest in that trend upwards long term. In other words, they just keep growing and they keep selling products and doing what they do. Now, there might be a bad year here and there. Anyway, but long term, you can totally make money this way. Say you want to invest for 30 plus years to save for retirement, the stock market can help with that. And that's basically what your 401k does, although it can also invest in other things, as far as I understand it. So, in case it wasn't obvious to you, because this used to go over my head and I just didn't understand this, didn't take the time to research it, you can totally invest in stocks that aren't risky. The reward will be lower, but that doesn't mean that there won't be a reward. And it takes time, but that is a legitimate way to grow your money. As long as people are spending, businesses and the economy will grow. That's just how it works. So now that that's out of the way, let's talk about meme stocks. I'm assuming you know what the word meme means. Come to think about it, I'm not sure I could define it anyway, but you know what I'm talking about. It's basically a result of everybody being able to use the internet and share things as they will. So you know how sometimes the internet breaks? I don't know if this has happened to you, but maybe there's like a power outage or too many people try to go to the same site at the same time. Things like this might happen. Anyway, it turns out that the internet can also break real things, i.e. the stock market. Oh, the stock market broken by the internet. Anyway, that was in the headlines in the beginning of early 2021. It all started with GameStop back in January. The internet, more specifically Reddit, found out that there were a lot of Wall Street investors betting against GameStop. How could they? I won't go into how that works because I barely understand it. This sketchy stuff apparently, maybe. I'm not pointing fingers, but probably. Okay, definitely sketchy stuff. Okay, but basically the video game franchise looked like it was heading towards bankruptcy. Now there are a lot of factors at play, I'm sure, but no matter how viable your business is, if a lot of people start buying your stocks, that means increased demand, which means increased stock prices. Well, the internet is full of people, and those people, like you and me, we might be retail investors. That means you're just an individual who buys and sells stocks on your own, without a third party to help you do it. And there are apps that make this super easy for anyone to pick up. So when certain people on Reddit discovered that their favorite game retailer was going under, they started buying GameStop stocks, and a lot of them. And so, well, this happened. I think the picture is pretty clear, and I don't really have to spell it out, but I will. For example, if you bought a share at $10 and was suddenly able to sell it at $200 because everybody wanted the share, yeah, that's a quick profit. Now, what if you had 100 stocks? Anyway, where does that money come from? Well, not out of thin air, right? I don't think. So probably it comes from Wall Street investors who lost a bad bet against a company. I'm really not an expert, I'm just talking out loud here, but I do think I'm on the right track. Definitely do your own research, and if you have more information, I'd love to discuss the topic down in the comments below. Feel free to correct me, or just we can just chat about it, because it's an interesting topic. Anyway, now the internet is involving retail investors in the stocks in an unprecedented way. A similar thing is happening to AMC, the movie theater chain, though not exactly in the same way it did with GameStop. There is a Reddit community called AMC Stock. It's kind of become a sort of David versus Goliath thing where the nobodies like you and me can play the game against Wall Street. They call themselves apes in an almost admittedly self-deprecating way. I think it's all very interesting, and I have no idea what's going to happen next, but it has disrupted the stock market in an unprecedented way, and new regulations are being proposed. Regardless, this topic made for an interesting art prompt to me. I thought AMC Apes would be, there's a good visual there. And so I had fun drawing this picture. Yeah, there you go. In conclusion, the stock market can be a legitimate way to make money, but it can also be unpredictable. So don't spend more than you're willing to lose. That is the key. Especially if you're going to do something unpredictable. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my drawing. I'll let you finish it out a little bit here, and then we'll go to the end screen. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe so you don't miss my next video, because it'll be good, whatever it is. I promise you. Anyway, have a nice day, and remember to smile on your way to the moon.